Hi, everyone. This is Spiritual Teacher for You. My name is Cassie, and we're here to do a reading this morning on October 9th, which this is a timeless reading, but I am feeling so much energy towards this 1010 portal, October 10th, tomorrow, for getting things in alignment. So, something I spent this morning doing was charging my crystals, my quartz crystals, four of them in the sunlight and with sound vibration, and grounding them as well, putting them, connecting them to the earth, and then coming back up and just doing some energetic, free flowing things. But the only research I did is which corners of the house are used for bringing in abundance, health, happiness, that kind of thing. And so success. And so I looked that up, and then I took those charged quartz crystals and I put them, and I found the middle of my house. This is what felt significant to me, and I feel like Spirit wants me to share this with you. I found the middle point of my house, or at least what felt like the middle point of my house to me, and that's where I put all four crystals in a singing bowl. And so then I did a few things, did some chants, did some, just whatever felt right in the moment, right? And then I took a crystal and I carried it to each corner of my house. And so I've made a kind of grid to protect my home and to bring in abundance, wealth, health, and happiness, and love. So I could just feel that doing that has moved the energy, has kind of like spruced it up a little bit more. So my home feels better. It feels better. And so I feel like I'm being drawn to tell you that, to maybe take some time to figure out what could make your home more aligned, more energetically pure. Um, yeah. Yeah. And if you're a crystal person and you feel the energy of crystals, then I imagine that that would be very beneficial to you. Okay, moving on. We want to see what Spirit has to tell us today with this alignment energy that I'm feeling. What does the collective tuning in today want to know or need to know? Interesting that I said want to know. Interesting. This is need to know, though. Okay, so you're definitely going through a transformation. There's transformational energy here with the Death card coming out. Um, I'm getting like kind of some ear pressure here. So, that's usually when my angels show up. So, this transformation has angelic backing to it. It almost feels like the angels are with you at this time during this transformation. I'm gonna be honest, this feels like a pretty big transformation, like something that's totally gonna change your life, right? Like an activation has been activated. For lack of a better word. The Empress comes on out after that. So this transformation is obviously one leading to your highest self. I mean, I can't see it any other way. One where you are shedding the layers off, and this feels like almost like a final shedding, not a final one, but like a big one, where you finally do become exposed. Like you finally reveal the Empress. You finally reveal your true self. And honestly, I see it surprising you, you know? And I do feel a divine feminine here, but this does not mean gender female. This means the divine feminine if you resonate with the divine feminine, or this could be the divine feminine side, energetic side to you that is transforming. We've got the Seven of Pentacles here. And I see that as you've worked really hard to get to this point. Oh, and I'm also getting that you understand that you worked really hard to get to this point, to save all this, to do all this, to learn all this, but you understand all that is going to go away eventually, and you're left with everything you've learned, your wisdom, your knowledge, your experience. And so, elevating or growing or healing is actually, it becomes, instead of taking all the stuff, you start to realize you don't need all that stuff. So it starts to kind of leave your life. This is when I feel purging and cleaning and decluttering and yeah, all those things. Okay, we've got the High Priestess coming out, and that's what I feel like with this awakening, this healing journey that I feel that you've been on. It's not just been a healing journey, it's been a spiritual awakening. And those can be separate, I feel. Spirit wants me to tell you. There's many people who heal, but they don't necessarily go on a spiritual journey to do it, even though they do coincide together. So some people only go so far on the healing journey. And then there's like this point where you're like, oh, there's something else like that I feel. And then some people either choose to explore it further, or they just live out their life comfortable that way. I guess I'm going to say that. I find it interesting. My mom and my aunt have passed. Ooh. Sorry, there came the emotions with it. It's hard not to get emotional on camera. But anyways, I was going to say something about that. I guess I'm not supposed to. Interesting. Oh, I got it back. Okay. So neither one of them were super religious, even though they grew up in they grew up as Seventh-day Adventist. So, but as they became adults and were on their own, religion, I wouldn't say, was a big part of their lives. They just kind of lived their life, right? And so, but there's other family members that grew up the same way they did, who have carried on the religious practice and beliefs. And so there's this, and I would say that both my mom and my aunt learned many things through just experiencing life, but may not have connected to the spiritual side of it, if that makes sense. So I do see that you are someone who, this is not just a healing journey, this is a spiritual awakening journey, okay? So your intuition will increase, your visions will increase, your intuitive nudges will increase, your third eye will be more clear. You'll have clearer visions. You'll dream clearer. You will get signs and symbols and synchronicities more and more. You'll start to be introduced to new aspects of spirituality. You'll start to feel energy in different ways. Everybody awakens spiritually differently because not everybody has the same skill set, or they're not as open to something. It can be quite, there are a lot of variables, right? And so not everybody goes down the same spiritual journey, and we're not supposed to. But I do feel that you're going down one that feels true to you, and that's exactly what you should be doing. So this is the confirmation from Spirit saying what you're doing to awaken spiritually, to heal spiritually, and there's that divine purpose that you feel when you start to awaken spiritually and you start to connect everything to everything. That's what I feel, the collective that I'm tapping into going through now. I put out a TikTok video, which my TikTok is Spiritual Teacher for You, just like my YouTube channel. So if you want to check it out, you check it out. It's there. But I put out a TikTok video of showing really raw, genuine tears of when I had just another layered realization that everything that has happened or everything that I have viewed was not someone else, was not them or that energy. It was me. It's my energy. It's my perspective, my reality. So that hit like a ton of bricks because you realize you're the reason for your pain. You're the reason for the pain that you've caused others, you know? And I'm not saying to go down this like making yourself feel bad path. In fact, that's part of the healing path is to forgive yourself for all of this. But it can be really raw and hit pretty hard in the moment that it happens. And that's where I was when I made that video. And so the response to that though was incredible, and people just poured love, you know, and saying, you know, we've been there, or I'm going through that as well. And I was just like, oh my God, we're all in this, right? This is all our own journeys going through this healing. So it made me feel so compassionate and empathetic towards everyone because everyone's going through their own journey, right? Yeah. So anyways, I felt very pulled to put that out there, even though I really, it's not a flattering perspective. But then healing isn't flattering. There's nothing flattering about healing. So that's what I want. I want genuineness in this healing journey, not what I think it should look like or what I think it should feel like or what I think I should be doing. It's what needs to happen, okay? For example, when I was taking care of my aunt, who had cancer, and she was sick and not feeling well, and it was really tough. And so one day, I don't know if I've said this to you guys. One day I just had this really, I mean, it was just this like raw, pure urge to use the bathroom outside. And I was like, am I really going to do this? Am I? And so I was like literally standing at my back door going, the bathroom's right there. Why are you not going to go use the bathroom? But it felt like an ancestral urge to go use the bathroom outside. And so I did. I was like, I can't ignore this. So I looked, made sure no neighbors were looking. It was nighttime. So I was all in the clear, but I went outside and I used the bathroom. And I was like, okay, seriously, you guys, what was that? Why did I just experience that? And I found that it was to ground in the most like the most connected way, grounding by releasing onto the earth. It was almost like a ritual. It was a way to connect to earth and to send my energy that needed to be kind of cleansed and released and let go back to the earth. And then at the same time, there was this connection between the stream and me of the earth, and it just grounded me on a whole nother level. That I did that actually like 2 or 3 more times during the whole process of going through that journey of seeing my aunt transition. And so I know that it was needed, and I only did it when I had an overwhelming urge to. So I knew that that was spirit and my guides telling me like, do this so you can stay grounded in this highly emotional situation. And it helped tremendously. So we've got Knight of Cups coming here and the Ace of Cups, which I do see this as love coming in as you increase your self-love. this is a deepening of love that I feel for someone here that's already in a relationship, a deepening of love for yourself. And if you're with someone in a relationship, a deepening of love between you two. So I feel that with your spiritual awakening and healing journey, that you're just deepening the love that's already existed in your life, because you're not only activating, the divine masculine here with your healing, you're activating a collective with your healing. I'm getting the more genuine you are during your journey, and you know you're being genuine when it feels right, when you feel pulled to it, when it doesn't feel forced or fake or like you're doing something just to say you did it. Yeah. This is like really owning who you are. I just got that for someone here, you haven't quite expressed to the world that you're a spiritual being. Like I'm getting that there's someone who believes in some out there things, or is starting to like believe in some out there things, and it's like they haven't quite gotten to the comfortability level to express it really to the world. They just kind of keep it to themselves, and that's okay. That's totally okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But spirits want me to bring it up for a reason, like that when your beliefs start to feel out there, it's because you're on the precipice of really understanding and having clarity. Okay, so that's a message for someone here. Okay, we've got the Three of Swords. I've actually been pulling that card quite a lot lately. So this kind of reminds me of like that video that I was saying, how, I mean, yes, the tears were sad tears, but they were also revelation tears, and that's what I feel like. Yes, this means sadness and heartbreak, but almost in a purifying way, like getting rid of the sadness, the pain, going through this pain and grief and sadness and heartbreak and just this empty void, going through that's part of the journey. That's part of it, is this pain. And you experience that as you increase your self-love. It's really kind of crazy. It's a little ironic that as you increase your self-love is when the pain comes, right? And that's why so many people avoid this journey, because they don't feel strong enough to endure or understand the pain, because the pain is just another emotion that you allow to pass through you. And a lot of people get the pain and then hang on to it instead of letting it go. So there's something here about letting that pain go. And I am noticing that the Three of Swords is right there along with the Three of the Empress. It's almost like pain is part of the process to becoming this fully divine feminine. And my television was playing some healing tones, and then it just went off, almost to say that being in silence is almost better than playing sound frequencies or something in the background. There's something about needing to be in silence here to receive messages. 1:22 on the clock, 19:09 on the timer. So there's that 909 definitely coming to you. A precipice is coming here. Like you're just right at the, when you're watching a video of somebody about to fall, either from a skydiving jump, or one of those, you're tied to a bungee jump, or you're just waiting on that moment and the excitement is there, and they're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, am I really about to do this? You're on like that precipice where you're literally about to just go over the edge and experience it all. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know what this pause is. It's just the momentum coming. It's just you letting the energy fully come through. We've got Ace of Pentacles. And that may be the energy I was feeling trying to come through, is this abundance and fortune. I'm hearing a fortune. I don't use that word very often. So we've got the Nine of Swords. There's that 9 again. And with that sword energy, I can tell that I'm picking up on some air signs, some Libra, Aquarius. Well, that's not an air sign, but Capricorn wanted to come out. So maybe there's a Capricorn that has air sign in their birth chart somewhere. But your thoughts are really doing you a disservice here. I mean, look at this agony. You've allowed the pain to stay a little long, I'm hearing from Spirit. And so they really want you to take this time to move forward in a positive direction. You're going to have to replace this pain with gain. Nice. Replace this pain with gain. Start moving forward. Force yourself to do something that you have been avoiding to do. Just force yourself. Page of Pentacles. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles and then the Page of Pentacles. So that's what I'm saying. Once you force yourself to move, in it comes stronger. So look, there's this opportunity to move forward here, this new beginning. And you're kind of stuck in this energy of the Nine of Swords. And Spirit is saying if you just move, then the energy will increase for that financial opportunity. We've got Four of Swords coming out here as well. Give it a rest, I'm hearing. Give something a rest. Maybe you are doing something that's just not productive to you. And yeah, your phone. Holy crap. You see how it just distracted me? Literally, I'm on camera doing a reading and I'm sitting here looking at a message that came through. And I was like, why are you doing this? It's your energy. You are so distracted by your phone, by socializing. It's like you need to be talking to somebody at all times. There's an energy here of you have to be communicating either with a friend or a family member, or it feels like you need to be in touch with someone you're related to or connected to almost on a daily basis. So because of that, you get really wrapped up in not drama necessarily, but other people's lives and their situations. This definitely feels like a avoidance type energy or self-sabotagey type energy. So you may be going through this time where people might fall away once you don't stay away around. You could even warn them hey, I'm going to put my phone down. In fact, I remember I did that one day. I was like, I'm going to put my phone down. So if you try to get a hold of me, I will not be available. Maybe just warn people that you're going to do that. That way they don't think you're completely ignoring them and then you have to deal with the backlash. So just be communicative. Hey, I feel like I need to really have some time alone. Don't pick up your phone right when you wake up. Don't take it to the bathroom with you. Lay it down and give it a rest. I just got some throat energy there. That was like a release. Yeah, it feels like your phone really is the device that Spirit's wanting you to change your relationship with it. It is not attached to you. It is not the end all be all. You're going to be okay without it. People know how to get in touch with you other ways. It's okay. And I'm getting too that some of you who will try that, you'll try to put your phone away. Someone will come through with an important message or, and then it'll almost solidify in you oh, this is why I need to have my phone on me all the time. Don't fall for that trick. That is a trick. That is energy that does not belong in your field. They will be okay. If you feel drawn to put your phone away, trust the energy of that. And anybody who's trying to get in touch with you, either warn them that you don't have your phone on you, or tell them that if you really do need to get in touch with me, do this and this and this. Okay? But I promise you it'll be okay. There were times where this didn't exist and we communicated just fine. So, yeah, yeah, big message there. Okay. I think we're about wrapping up here. 3 cards flew out. We've got the King of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Chariot, and they were all reversed, which makes me look at my deck. And my deck is up. So these came out reversed for a reason. I definitely sense that your emotions are all over the place. That's another reason to take a break from the phone, is so you can come back to center. I'm getting that as soon as you pick up your phone, you start feeling anxious. So yeah, I definitely feel anxiety in these cards here, especially with your emotions, okay? And it is actually really blocking you from moving forward because you're spending, if you tracked how much you spend on your phone, it'd probably be appalling. My phone tells me how much I've used it, like week to week compared to the week before. And some weeks it'll say, you've used your phone 3 hours more than last week. And I'm like, what are you doing? Or it'll be like, you used your phone 2 hours less than last week. And I'm like, okay. And those are the weeks that I feel a little more centered. So I'm really am nailing the point home that you're going to have to find a balance with your phone and taking a break from it, and not, it doesn't have to be with you all the time. If you have headphones, put a headphone in and then roam around your house, or roam around and do whatever. But don't sit there and carry that thing on you all the time, okay? There's like a detox that needs to happen from screen time. Yeah. Yep. And now Spirit wants me to end with a Bob Ross card. Let's see what old Bob has to say to the collective tuning in now. Okay, we've got the 10 of Hearts. How about that? Oh, I love it. Okay, and it says, this would be a good place for my little squirrel to live. In other words, you get to choose where things go. You have the power to make your place, home, situation, whatever you want it to be. Okay? And that's as clear as mud, isn't it? All right, guys, I'm going to end there, and I really appreciate you. And yeah, check out my other social media. I put different things on different platforms, and I try to share it, but I go with the energy of when I share it, like, where do I share it to? So it just depends. So there are different things on my Instagram, my TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. So check those out at Spiritual Teacher for You. And much love and light to you guys. See you next time.